All right, we're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Rangers Talk podcast. Yes, Nick, me, other Nick who's not here, Nico, all of us are somehow fans of this team as they are incredible at just making the wrong decisions. And
Like the best at it, a best of all time.
I cannot believe we're seriously sitting here talking, and it's looking like the coaching options are down the two. Peter Laviolette, who it looked like just even yesterday, he was going to be the guy no matter what. And it looked like a one-man show. And now we are here with another horse in the race, that being John Hynes, who was just fired from the Nashville Predators. And if you didn't vomit from that, I don't know. You either don't know who John Hynes is and you have no idea what he's done, or you just simply are idiotic if you think he's a good coach. I'm sorry, but you're just simply idiotic if you think this guy is a competent coach in the NHL. So we're going to be here to talk about all of it, unfortunately. And the idiots we are, no matter who they hire, are going to still watch and cover this team on a daily basis. Isn't that fun? But before we jump, yeah, seriously. But before we jump into it, leave a like on the stream/podcast if you're watching on replay. If you do enjoy, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Because like I said, no matter what, we are going to cover this team because we are suckers and losers. And turn on your notifications so you know when we upload or go live on the channel. But I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. I guess we could start with Johnny Lazarus's tweet that was just put out a few minutes ago. So Johnny Lazarus tweet, it's no longer a secret, but from what I've heard, it sounds like things have moved in a very positive direction between the Rangers and John Hynes.
Like that's like the worst positive news you could ever get.
Yeah, I the only thing positive out of that is my HIV test, because I don't think anything else could possibly be positive out of that. And I said this in the group chat. I said this nonstop. Are the New York Rangers just an organization that cares more about friendships and care about winning hockey games? Because
I think so.
It feels that way, right? Because you had Statboy Steven who replied to my tweet. We were talking about it, about all the times that they hired either someone in the front office, brother, hired son-in-law, scouts, sons they drafted, GM's son they've drafted, and then you have players who are all buddy-buddy. You have Zibanejad and Kreider with their close bond. You have Fox and Lindgren who are a defensive pair because they're best friends. And then you have Miller and Trouba who are a pair because they're best friends. And then now potentially Drury hiring a potential college buddy in John Hynes. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have discovered is the New York Rangers care more about friendships and winning hockey games.
100%.
It's just the truth.
Dude, Satboy Steven said it the best. It's borderline nepotism at this point. It's just fucking ridiculous, dude. It's sad. It's just sad.
Yeah. And he had a couple things that just made me laugh when we were going back and forth, but he was talking about how when he was in charge for one of his jobs, they had to go through 3 rounds of interviews for a guy that's making $40 to $50K annual salary. The New York Rangers, $1 billion corporation, hired a skating coach after him being on the ice with a few players for 45 minutes.
That just hurt my soul.
You guys want another one from Statboy Steven, friend of the show, by the way? I'll give you another. Let me find the other. The organization is one big clusterfuck held together by nepotism. This isn't anything new. Sather hiring his son, Davidson hiring his brother and son-in-law. The whole Boston connection that's used to no end. Drafting sons of scouts. They run the organization like a lemonade stand. And then in which I replied saying that that's disrespectful to lemonade stands because they are, I think they're better ran than the Rangers organization.
Right. At least they have some integrity.
Yeah, at least they have something. They're working out hot in the sun, working a sweat at least, because the New York Rangers in Game 7, we know they didn't not a single drop of sweat from any of the players at all.
Right.
Maybe Igor, but that's really about it.
The rest of them, about it.
Yeah, the rest of them, that's that's a no-go for that. And Igor Shesterkin, I tweeted this before, and then I'll let you vent and say what you need to say. Soak in for the next 2 years every single start that this guy makes, because if he is not out of here, it's either because the Rangers offered him a $14 or $15 million contract that he could say no to, or it's because he's just mentally gone insane. Because I don't see a reason or an incentive for him to stay here beyond the next 2 years. So cherish every single start that he makes for the next 2 years. That's all I'll say.
I just think this is what just speaks volumes to me, is the fact that Brat Pack tweeted on Twitter the prayer circle that John Hynes becomes the Rangers coach. Like, it's bad when teams that used to have him as a coach are like, yeah, go to here and go ruin this team for me, por favor. Like, you have Nashville fans which
are sympathetic, and then the Devil fans are praying that this happens.
I don't know. I just don't even know how it makes sense. Here's another tweet from 6 hours ago, Alex Doherty on Twitter. Over the course of John Hynes' 4-year tenure in Nashville, the Predators were the 3rd most penalized team in the NHL.
Yeah.
He's never made it out of the first round of the playoffs. We just had a team vie for the firing of their coach because they felt they had a bad support system, right? Or there was no adjustments made, or they were just concerned about the coaching situation. So why is the pivot a guy who's never been out of the first round of the playoffs? What is this instinctual?
And not only that, but has struggled to even win games in the playoffs because don't they only have 4 first round? He has 4 first round wins in his entire career as a coach.
Yeah, I think he was 4-15 was his record. I think that was Forever Blue Shirts that tweeted that.
Oh my god,
4-15 in the playoffs. I don't think there's any other way around the fact that this is just straight up fucking nepotism. Let's just look at John Hynes' career as an NHL coach. I don't have a calculator in front of me. I wish I'd. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do it on my phone. All right, so John Hynes' first year with the Devils, he had a .512 point percentage, so .512. His second year, he had a .427. Here we go. His third year, a .591, which was Taylor Hall's MVP year, so got carried by Taylor Hall, playing off his ass. Followed that with a .439. Got fired with a .423. In Nashville, a .571, not bad. Nashville, a .591, not bad. And then this year, a .561. Divide those winning percentages over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons. Okay. So he's a barely over 500 coach. Barely over. And a well under 500 coach in the playoffs. It just makes no sense. He was successful in the AHL and didn't even win a Calder Cup. Furthest he got was the conference finals. I just don't even know how this is. I don't know. I wonder what goes through Chris Drury's head where he's like,
they're best friends. That's all it is.
That's what I'm saying. How do you even explain this? And dude, you could seriously say the only reason in Nashville that they got very far with anything at all is UC Saros and Roman Josi.
That's what I was going to say too. UC Saros put that Nashville team on his damn back. I don't want to hear anything. They would not have been in the playoffs if it wasn't for UC Saros.
That's awful.
So what are we just going to go through again, getting carried by Igor? Is that really what we want here?
Evidently, we're hiring a coach that's ready for it. I would rather anybody but John Hynes. I would take someone who's never even coached hockey before over John Hynes. It's fucking crazy. I would have rather them talk to Patrick Waugh, because at least Patrick Waugh took a Colorado Avalanche team that was nothing but disappointed and immediately took them on a run that was well beyond where they belonged. At least Patrick Waugh has that on his resume, right?
Yeah.
John Hynes' resume,
even
is
a
getting
junior
carried.
Championship.
Right, exactly right. He's won somewhere. John Hynes' biggest attribute is he's bald. He looks like a serial killer, and he's friends with Chris Drury. It's about it.
Yeah, the list ends there. It's a short list. And that's probably all that's on his resume either way, because what else could he put on his resume? You think that bragging about the work he did in New Jersey is anything to be proud of? Hell no.
No, it's
Hell
not.
no. Congratulations on getting them first overall picks.
Right,
Sure.
right. Mm-hmm.
If we want to be back to doing that thing and then ruining those first overall picks that we get, then sure, we could have fun with that, I guess, if we want to go back in a rebuild. But this is it's just fucking stupid. I can't believe that this is seriously something that might actually happen. And I expect it to. That's the worst part. I expect this to happen because if they really were like in on Laviolette, they would have just got this thing done by now.
Exactly. And
They
that was my
clearly
biggest
like
thing.
Hynes more. And
I
he's
agree.
going to get the job because who the hell else is going to swoop in and be like, "Oh, we want John Hynes. That's the guy we want as our
Right.
coach." No.
I agree 100%. And it's honestly, it's unfair to Laviolette that they definitely they let it out. They're like, oh yeah, this is our guy. This is who we want. Meanwhile, Drury was just sitting there just waiting to lick John Hynes' fucking bald ass head. Like, oh yes, please come coach my team.
Barry
I know I'm being unfair because he's just a weird looking dude, but me not wanting him is not because of how he looks. It's just how shitty of a coach he is.
Barry Trotz has just dicked down the Rangers to no end, hasn't he? Between the
Seriously.
success he brought the Islanders, him taking the Nashville gig instead of potentially being a Rangers coaching option, and now this. All he's done is just, oh my God.
Like, dude, like the thing about John Hynes too that kills me is he was on the hot seat to be fired within his first year at Nashville.
Yeah.
Like, and for like, what is like, how does Drury even convince anybody above him? Like, yeah, this was a hire based on his prestige, his resume, and not just because I'm friends with him. Like, who are you gonna fool, and who are you actually gonna convince of this? Who are you gonna be like, oh yeah, but look, he's done this, this, and this, and this being he's lost in the first round every time he's made the playoffs and missed the playoffs more often than he's made it. Like, who are you convincing?
I just pray Dolan somehow swoops in and just doesn't let this happen because it's just like, why?
I don't know. I don't even know why John Hynes is getting consideration. I mean, there were other like at least Laviolette, like you could almost be like a little glass half full about it because at least he's like been there, done that. Like he's actually a pretty solid coach.
Right.
And like, he's been around the block or whatever.
Taking a few teams to the cup finals at the very least.
Right. Even if he's a retread, at least like he's experienced enough. Like, I don't know what experience John Hynes has aside from just getting his ass kicked everywhere he goes. I mean, I guess there were other options. Like Patrick Waugh was an interesting name because of just how he is. But like, dude, I don't know. There had to be something else. There has to be somebody else out there that like is more of a consideration than John Hynes. It doesn't even make sense.
It's just crazy that people were so anti-Laviolette, and now that Hynes is like the front runner, it's like, yeah, please hire Laviolette.
Like, hurry up and hire Laviolette before it's too late.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's so weird that like 12 months ago we were filled with such hope, such ambition that things were going to be okay. We believed. Now look at us.
The only reason I'm praying for Dolan to get involved with something like this is because of the fact that he probably would rather the guy that has won a Stanley Cup versus John Hynes.
Right.
And listen, I'm not saying Laviolette I'm bringing out the pom-poms for and I'm doing backflips and cartwheels for, but at least he's a respectable guy in some regard. I said from the start I wasn't going to celebrate no matter who the coach was, but I had certain levels where I was like, okay, I will be accepting of this level of coaches. That was your Babcocks, that was your Laviolettes, that was if Quenneville got reinstated by the league, that was your Quennevilles, guys like that. A first-time head coach was in a tier below it where it's like, we'll see how it goes, but I'm not a big fan. And then there's this tier where John Hynes falls in, where it's like, yeah, please stay the fuck away.
Right, exactly. This is just bizarre. This is so weird that we're even having to talk about this right now. But hey, Jaden Grube, right?
Oh yeah, trade for a 5th round pick.
I actually do feel bad for Jaden Grube, not to get off topic, but let's get off topic before I punch my computer screen. Uh, Jaden Grube actually put together a pretty solid year this year, but at least the Rangers still have enough depth where we could take a third round pick or a former third round pick and flip him for something else because we just literally don't have room for him, which I guess is kind of cool, but at the same time kind of sucks. Jaden
Yeah.
Grube, like, hey, who knows, dude? Fifth round pick. You never know. And now the Rangers, I think, have 5 picks in this draft instead of 4
Yeah.
because this offseason is just going to be so exciting.
Oh yeah, I'm thrilled about this offseason. This is gonna be fun because everyone's gonna want to come to New York. Free agents are gonna be foaming at the mouth to play for John Hynes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. They can't wait. Actually.
Yeah, I'm sure Craig Smith is thrilled to hear John Hynes. He could play for John Hynes again. I'm sure he's thrilled.
He's licking his chops right now. He's like, get me. He's like, get me in there.
Get me on the first flight to New York.
Absolutely awful. Just fucking crazy. Who on this team like right now on this roster has John Hynes coach? I guess VC when he was with the Devils, or was that even before then?
No, that was before that.
Yeah, so he hasn't coached a single player on this team. So it's just some random ass dude. I don't even know what he's like as a coach because I don't think he's been anywhere long enough or done anything significant enough for him to even have like a label as like this is what he does.
He's
Like,
like
I don't even think he has
supposedly a
that.
defensive-minded coach, but I call bullshit on that because of the fact that you look at who is in goal for
Defensive-minded.
Nashville,
Right.
and you look at their cornerstone blue line captain.
A defensive coach. Weren't the Devils teams that he coached some of the worst defensive teams on paper? Like statistically
look.
speaking, like most goals against.
We have time.
Yeah, fuck it.
time.
We got nothing but time.
Might as well do some research here because this is exactly what we want. We want John Hynes as our favorite hockey team's coach.
He's forced our hand. Now we have to look stuff up.
Let's see. That was playoffs, regular season, let's say. Where are the Devils? The Devils weren't horrendous in his first year there defensively. They were 8th in goals against per game.
That's actually not bad.
Let's go to his next year. They were, yep, and then here it is, 24th his next year.
All right.
17-18 when they made the playoffs, middle of the pack, 17th. 18-19 they were 25th.
This is your defensive coach, everybody.
Yeah.
This is your because that was our biggest problem in the playoffs, right? We couldn't defend, not that we couldn't score and got shut out twice in the same series.
Yeah, of course.
That was the problem.
And then the defense in Nashville, granted I still put a gigantic asterisk besides whatever it is because of the fact that Saros is in net, but
and Roman Josi headlined the defense.
Yeah. And Matthias Ekholm back there for a couple of years, guys like that. Yeah. 11th in his first year there. His second year there, they were, where are they? 17th.
You noticing a trend, how it's just getting progressively worse every season?
Yeah, and then last year it was 12th.
Okay. This is who we're putting our faith in.
Yeah. Let's check out offensively what he does. Let's check out the goals for. In his first year in New Jersey, they were last place. Last place. His first year there. His second year there, they were 28th. That was when there was 30 teams, by the way, not 32. 17-18, when there is 31 teams in the league, they were, this is the year that they made the playoffs, by the way, they were 15th.
And that's because Taylor Hall literally carried them, had an MVP season.
Yep, and then his last full season in New Jersey, they were 26th. Nashville. 2020, 2021, or I guess technically just 2021. They were 22nd in the league. 21, 22. They were, where are they? 13th in the league. And
now that's also they had 240 goal scorers on the team. Forsberg and Duchesne played out of their fucking minds. And
yep.
Yossi had 90 points.
And last year they were 28th. So at best you're getting middle of the pack in goals for and goals against per games played. At the best. Yeah.
Go team. This is wild. This is fucking wild.
Oh my god.
It's actually fucking crazy. You kind of like alluding to what Step Boy Steven was saying anywhere, earlier. Like to get a job at let's just say to get a job at Walmart, right? If you have a friend, if you have anyone who you're related to or even know in a position of power, that shit gets cleared in the interview process and is used against you. But in the NHL, nah.
Nope.
Bring them in. Oh, you're
that only makes us
underqualified?
want you more.
Right.
That's just a plus to your resume. If you're related to anyone or if you are buddies with anyone, yeah, that's a plus.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yes, Michael, that's the worst part. We're getting worked up over rumors, which, I mean, can you blame us?
The problem is with the Rangers, usually if the Rangers are involved in something, whether we like it or not, it usually gets done. Unless it's something exciting like Jack Eichel, then we never get it done.
No, or Matthew Tkachuk, potentially.
Right. No. But trading
John
Pavel
Hynes?
Buchnevich and John Hynes,
Yeah, that now you're talking our language.
Mm-hmm. God. Oh man, I don't fucking get it. Hey, but at least we have a first round pick and then a third round pick that's not ours, and then a fifth and 2/5, and then a sixth. But I was like, right, yeah, we're doing great. Yeah, so we have a first, a third, a fifth, and 2/6. And one of the deepest drafts in recent years. But good thing we have like no fucking picks and are talking about using more picks to offload shitty contracts that were signed. Like, dude, you know what pisses me off more than anything? And now I'm gonna go off on a tangent. I already feel it growing. When we signed Barclay Goodrow a couple years ago, everyone goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. If it doesn't work out, we could just spend picks to get rid of it anyways." What a shitty way of looking at things. Like, oh yeah, if this doesn't work out, we'll just continue to do it and do what we screwed up so bad in the past, which was have to use draft capital, prospects, or buyouts to get rid of shit that we messed up because we do it so often. Like, what a crappy way to go about things. Like, I wish I could show up to work and be like, "Hey, you know what? Let's do this, and this. And if it doesn't work out, you just lose a few $1,000s or a few $1,000,000. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh, and we're gonna hurt the future, but don't worry about it. It's worth a shot." Like, God, man, I'm getting so bothered by this shit. The NHL, specifically the Rangers, is just such an unserious place. Like, dude, it's second rate at this point. Like, I can't believe I chose this as my favorite sport. My dad, when I was a little kid, and I said, "Dad, I want to grow up to be the biggest Rangers fan ever, and I want hockey to be my favorite sport." I wish he would have just bitch slapped me, just hit me with the fattest pimp slap in fucking history, and I would have just forgotten about it and watched a different sport. Like, I would rather be a golf fan at this point.
You and I both. I seriously need to consider being more dedicated to football at this point.
Yeah,
Just I just fucking can't. I can't let my happiness depend on the Mets. Can't let it depend on the Knicks either. Pretty much off of football at that point.
Definitely can't put your faith in the Mets, even though they are playing well right now, dude. It's just a matter of time.
God.
Oh, that's actually a very good point, Freak Bleach. In a way, we are a fan of golf considering the Rangers. We're a fan of golf every year, man.
Yeah. I wish I could just, Like it would have just made life so much freaking easier if they just won once in our damn lifetime, so we could at least hang our hat on that,
Right.
the very least.
But no, but like a team like Vegas comes in 4 out of the 6 years they exist. Their Western Conference Finals are further. Rangers have been around for almost 100 years, and we've only won 4 cups.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's
We're
just,
we're begging for scraps here. Like,
I know. Honestly, it's terrible. It should be a crime. Like you'd think, like, and I know I put this in our group chat earlier, but like, I just want to say it again. You'd think, like, after 100 years of seeing what works and what doesn't work, that we'd maybe like take a hint every now and go, like, oh, you know what, this worked. Maybe we should try this, or this didn't work, so maybe let's not do that again. But no, let's like just continue to do the same shit over and over again for 100 years, only for it to work 4 times. One of them in the 1920s, where I think literally we would be stars in that league. This is crazy. They care more about celebrities being at games. That's fucking facts. That is such fact.
I
It's
just
sad how true that was.
I just simply don't see a light at the end of the tunnel here.
No, actually, as a matter of fact, I think when you hire John Hynes, the tunnel just gets elongated.
Yeah.
1920s when players still drank on the bench.
Even with Laviolette, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're telling me I'm supposed to have any sort of hope with John fucking Hynes?
It's just awful. If you really want to think about it, the Rangers have won 1 Stanley Cup since World War II.
Yeah. Yeah, fun. That's my team.
That's them. The Rangers have won 1 cup since the Mets were born.
I think
Dare I
there's
go on?
a serious conversation to have that this cup drought between 94 and whenever is going to end up being longer than the 1940 to 94 cup drought. Wouldn't shock me.
We're coming up on year 30 this year, right?
Until Dolan sells the team, if he ever does, which probably not. He'll probably just hand the keys to his son. Or Darth Sather finally gets the fuck out of office.
Darth Sather. He needs to piss off. I don't know why he's even still involved. Like, what could he possibly be attributing to? Like, the guy probably strolls into his office with his walker. He's like,
cigar.
Yeah, and his cigar, still smoking. The guy's 157 years old, still fucking ripping his cigars. Probably yelling at people to get off his lawn. Meanwhile, he's sitting in an office chair in an office. There's not even a lawn in sight, and he's just still going. He's like force choking people as they go through the hallway. Fucking sicko. Like, where is the line drawn? Like, when do we just give up on this guy?
Someone
like
walks in with dad, he starts force choking them.
Look, so hold on. Let's be serious for a second, right? So Glenn Sather has been a part of the Rangers organization for how long? When was Glenn Sather hired?
That I don't know the answer to.
Where can we look this
Early
up?
2000s, or was it before a bit?
Let's see.
Cat
let's
Friendly probably has it somewhere under their general manager.
Cap Friendly only had him as a GM. I'm gonna look up Glenn Sather on Elite Prospects and see what comes up, because every now and again they'll have a little bit extra. Yeah, staff. Glenn Sather staff. Oh boy, that was an unfiltered Google search. I'm just kidding. That would have been really funny though. All right, so he joined the New York Rangers front office
2000.
Wow. So he's been part of the New York Rangers organization since the year 2000. So he's coming up on year 24 being involved with this franchise. In 24 years, this man has been to 1 conference final and 3 conference finals in 24 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, this is who we're hedging our bets on. Like, I just dropped my water. So that's like here, like, oh, you're the store manager. This is your goal every single year. And your goal is like a minimal goal. And you hit that minimal goal of those 24 years 3 or 4 times. You think you're going to get kept around? No. You get shit canned. But not if you're the Rangers and not if you're Glenn Sather. This is fucking crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's going to take a miracle run next year for this team to do anything because it's going to be bargain bin shopping in the offseason. There's going to be no exciting acquisitions. There's not going to be exciting shit from here until Panarin's contract's over. Like,
I think it would literally take Igor to stop every single puck that comes his way for this team to win a cup. Like that.
No,
that's the only chance that they have.
It wouldn't be enough. You know why? Because the Rangers can't fucking score anyways. So even if he did
True.
stop every single puck, we just end in a tie because people will get tired of watching because we don't know how to score.
True. And now we're having a supposed defensive-minded guru and John Hynes behind the bench. So
right, like exactly what we need. Right, like we can't score, but let's get a guy that knows how to teach us how to defend. With the roster makeup that we have young budding offensive stars. Fucking Lafreniere, Hedel, Kakko, Adam Fox. We have Artemi Panarin. We have Mika Zibanejad, Chris Kreider, 50-goal scorer. Like, we have all these offensive weapons. So let's do everything we can to get a coach that will coach against their play style.
Yeah, let's get another coach for the players to not like. Well, why not that? But nope, it's fine though because the GM is best friends with him, so that we don't have to worry about that at the very least. At least there won't be any fights after games, and at least they'll get along. So
yeah, that's the most important thing, right?
I still wonder if what Joey says is true is that Drury wants someone to puppet, and that's why you might consider
Makes sense. Dude, it makes sense.
I just don't understand. Why don't you just put the fucking suit on, Drury, and get behind the bench yourself? If you want to be the coach that bad, put the fucking suit on and get behind the bench.
Dude,
get out of the press box. Let's go. So fucking dumb. But hey, it's fine because at least he's a defensive-minded coach. At least he's that. Yeah. So it's all good. We don't have to worry. Our defense will be just unstoppable.
Like, that would work if we had a roster makeup that was similar to, like, the 2014 team or even the 2012 team. But not with a team that is made for speed and offense. Like, how sad is it that the Rangers' best season in recent history happened under Alain Vigneault?
You could argue Tortorella with 2012.
I just love that 2014 team so much. I can never let that go. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do. Unless something happens and the whole roster is different next season. Who knows? Maybe they trade Panarin and all of our young players, and we just build a team of just guys that only play defense and don't even shoot the puck.
There's another good. You reminded me of something I forgot to even mention that someone made on Twitter. I forgot who. That. Jake Lecision, his dad, best friends with Chris Drury as well.
Is that so?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So, another guy who's here just because of certain connections.
Well, so he better not get a single game in the NHL next year, dude. I'm sorry. I actually would rather Brett Howden.
He will get games. He will. Oh I said it on Twitter. I'm no longer sold on Drury as a GM if he hires Hynes. I just simply am not.
Agree. That I could agree with.
And
that whole hiring your friends thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's definitely putting his job on the line for sure. And I cannot believe the fact that he's in a position where hiring the next coach puts his job on the line and he's going with John Hynes.
Mm-hmm.
You're that fucking stupid.
You know, it's almost like, remember like a couple of years ago when like the Rangers were rejecting teams from interviewing Chris Drury for their GM spot. We're like, thank God they turned that down. And now it's like, damn. Kind of miss Gordon and Davidson.
Or if they just brought a different staff in because it can't be any fucking different. I mean, realistically, Drury could have been New Jersey, and he probably would have kept John Hynes around there, because I think New Jersey was one of the teams that wanted him. How would that have went?
Them and Buffalo. Buffalo wanted him bad.
And if we do a deep dive into Drury's work, sure, the Tarasenko trade's nice, and he's made a couple nice moves, but like, come on, Patrick Kane was handed to you.
Yeah, he didn't have to do much for that, and he still gave up too much.
Yeah. Andrew Kopp, you overpaid for.
Yep.
Frank Vetrano, that was a good pickup there. Like, it's just the best friends thing that's just killing me. But that's another thing too. Like those guys like Kopp and Vetrano, they're friends with Jacob Trouba, and they went to high school with him or whatever it was. So it's like, let's bring those guys in specifically.
Panarin got his buddy Tarasenko and Kane.
Yeah, that too. That's another thing. Yeah, Panarin can't play with certain players because he gets upset if he plays with Philip Hedl. That's just not allowed. It's got to be a certain friendship playing with one another. Like, you can't. These friendships can't be broken up. They can't. Not allowed. I was in such a good mood the past few days, even with them potentially hiring Laviolette. I was fine. I was in a good mood.
Because we were just over it at this point. We were just ready for just the offseason to begin.
Yeah. Now it's just like I don't know how I'm supposed to watch games next year. I really don't. When John Hynes is behind the bench. But I'm going to anyway because I'm an idiot, but it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not. It's you worry. At least I worry what the roster is going to look like.
Me too.
We still gonna cherish. God.
I was just gonna say I'm just gonna cherish every Igor start. If I go to games, I'm making sure Igor's in that. Because there's nothing else to watch for at that point.
No, there's not.
But go on.
There's just so much we have to worry about. Do we still have to worry about the Laffy contract, the Miller contract?
Yep.
Where else the rest of the money goes? Who do we bring in to fill in holes? I really hope they don't trade Barkley Goodrow. Like I said, the only way I can get behind trading Barkley Goodrow is if you're using that money to sign guys like Laffy and Miller long term and hope that you can get a bargain tomorrow by overpaying today. Because I'm so sick of these bridge deals fucking killing us. We talked about it on our last stream. It killed us and lost us Hagelin. It killed us and lost us Callahan. It killed us and lost us Dubinsky at one point because he ended up getting paid too much off of his bridge deals. Same thing with just all these guys, man, that we just lose over the years. Derek Stepan ended up getting way overpaid. Like, ugh.
You could argue it happened with Kreider too. He's getting overpaid.
It's 100% true.
Yeah, it's true. I'm sure that the viewers will have a fun time next year watching my channel, watching me flip out. But to be honest, I gotta be honest. If Hynes is the coach next year, I'm lowering the bar.
Yeah,
I'm lowering the expectations for this team. Like, I'm not going in expecting a Stanley Cup. I'm not going in expecting. I'm setting the bar low enough to the point where I'll be happy if they're a wild card team next year. That's where I'm at right now with them potentially hiring Hynes, where it's like, yeah, a wild card spot would satisfy me. That's how low of a point we've hit.
That's such a sad thought. But it's true, though, especially like with other teams getting better and better and better. And we're actually on paper scheduled to get worse next year.
Yeah. And then it's just going to be a cycle. The same thing's going to happen to poor Dylan Garand, too. Poor guy.
Man, imagine if we found a way to get rid of both Kreider and Goodrow without having to give up assets. That I can get behind. But the second you start giving up assets, it's not worth it. See, I'm surprised. Actually, I'm really not because he has a full no movement clause. Like, you want to talk about moving some money so you can make shit affordable? If you could move Kreider or Trouba or Goodrow and those guys, man, it'd be great. But the fact that we have to give up shit to trade them, and people are talking about buying out Jacob Trouba, just Here, let's go look up what a Jacob Trouba buyout would be if we bought him out.
Oh, that one's gonna be fun. And yes, Michael, this is why I'm saying if it's Hynes, I will. That's why I'm saying if it's Hynes, the bar is so low next year.
Jacob Trouba, if you buy him out, $2.2 million cap hit this season, so you save 5.7. Year after that, 4.2. Year after that, 4.2. And then 3 years after that, 2.2. You gain nothing by buying him out. You're better off just fucking holding on to him and waiting for the last 3 years of his contract.
Yeah.
I mean, $4.2 million in 2 of those years. That is like 2 or 3 players, if spent correctly. And if you buy him out next year, oopsie daisies. I have my number lock on my keypad. You buy him out next year, 4 million, 4 million, excuse me, 2 million, 2 million. It's like you're better off just biting the bullet and holding on to him, or hoping when his no movement clause expires that someone would actually trade for him. And it's not even anything against Trouba, because I thought Trouba had a great year, but we have no money. We have no friggin' money. You got Artemi Panarin making 13.9% of the cap in one guy, and he was one of your worst, if not your worst player in the playoffs. It's just so bad. The money situation on this team is just embarrassing how bad it is. Like, who signed off on the Barclay Goodrow contract? Who even said yes, a guy that's never even had 30 points at that point in his career. Yes, he needs to make almost $4 million a year. He's just so stupid.
It was obviously Darth Sather.
It was. To that point in his career, Barclay Goodrow hadn't even had a season where he scored more than 10 goals. And we're like, yes, almost $4 million a year because he won 2 cups. Never, his best season was 8 goals, 16 assists for 24 points. Oh, I'm sorry, 18 assists for 26 points. To that point, that was his best season. And for the Rangers, yeah, he's had back-to-back 30-point seasons. He's played well with the Rangers, better than what he's played before. But he's also taking a shitload of penalties, 69 penalty minutes, nice, 58 penalty minutes. And then in the playoffs for the Rangers, he's played 16 games and he's got 2 points, a goal and an assist, and is a -3 with 35 penalty minutes.
Yeah.
So he's averaging a minor penalty a game in the playoffs for us. He ain't doing shit. He's not doing anything that someone else couldn't do. That's for damn sure. But yeah, pay him $4 million and give up an asset for his fucking signing rights. So stupid, dude. This is the NHL. Oh, and this is the best part. Barclay Goodrow is going to make $5.1 million this year. $5.1 million is his base salary this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Just because he was along for the ride for 2 cup-winning teams. Barclay Goodrow played well for the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 2 cups he won with them, but he was not the only reason they won the cup. I can promise you that.
Nope. Wasn't. And probably was arguably the worst member of that line also.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not pretend he wasn't on a team that featured 5 guys that had scored over 30 goals before in their career. A Norris caliber defenseman, a Vezina winning trophy, and all these other just amazing fucking players. But yeah, Barclay Goodrow is the reason. Let's pay him nearly $4 million a year. I'm just glad it's him and not Blake Coleman, I guess. Because Coleman's $4.5 million a year is yeesh.
Richard, we're beyond the point where it doesn't matter who I want as the coach. It's going to be Hynes or Laviolette. Mm-hmm. We're beyond the point where it doesn't matter who I want. Who I want was out of the conversation a week or 2 ago. So there's no point.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just down to 2.
I missed a bunch of comments. I'm just going through to look real quick.
Yeah, if there's anything interesting, let me know and I'll pull it up on the screen. But
I don't think there's a single coach left we could sign where I'm expecting. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. There's no good coaches out there. Kreider isn't moving. See, I know Kreider isn't moving, but he's so effing streaky. I think we could do better. At $6.5 million, we could do better. Listen, you want to get paid to be a superstar, and he had 50 goals last year, and that was absolutely unbelievable. And no one's downplaying that. But he's making $6.5 million, and he's pretty much a one-dimensional player. Like, he's been good on the penalty kill, but he hasn't been irreplaceable. Kreider hasn't done anything that's been irreplaceable aside from a 50-goal season, which again is fucking crazy. But $6.5 million, he's getting older, and when he's not doing anything, he's not doing anything. When Kreider is quiet, he is fucking awful.
Do you want the list of guys who are making $6.5 million?
Go ahead.
Sam Reinhart is one of them. Cam Fowler. I'll just list the forwards instead.
Yeah.
Braden Chen, Brendan Gallagher, Claude Giroux, and yeah, that's it. The list ends there.
And then you look at guys that are making just a little bit less, like Jonathan Marchessault, guys like that.
Yeah, a little bit less. Anthony Cirelli's one of the guys. Valerie Nichushkin, Brad Marchand, Mark Scheifele.
I agree, though. There are definitely guys you can move before Kreider, but you also got to remember, dude, Kreider's $6.5 million for the 4 more years. He's 32 right now. And his physical play has already dropped off.
Feels like that dropped off a while ago.
Yeah. It's like 36 goals, 54 points this year. Great season. But again, when he is quiet, he is quiet.
Yeah. And this is not a good thing, Michael, at all. This is not a good thing. We should not be relying on a first-year player to help the team drastically.
I definitely agree that Kreider's much, much, much better in the playoffs. He definitely steps up in the playoffs. Significantly better than Panarin in the playoffs. Panarin he really pissed me off this year. I lost pretty much all faith I ever had in Panarin this year. He's got a full no movement clause for each of the next 3 years. You want to talk about I'm turning off my light because that is giving me a damn headache. I think Artemi Panarin is pretty close to buyout proof too.
There's like nothing to be positive about. There just isn't.
Oh my god. If you buy out Panarin, you save $666,000. 10.9, 10.9, 10.9.
Good thing that gets you half of a fourth liner.
Right. Yeah, he's quite literally buyout proof. But yeah, signing bonus of $10 million this year, $9 million next year, $7 million the year after that. The only way you're getting rid of him is trading him, and he's got a full no movement clause, so that ain't happening.
I don't have anything positive to say. I don't. I'm sorry to everyone that we're being so down in the dumps and negative, but like, if anyone could please enlighten me on something to be positive about, I would love it. Oh, don't give me Igor Shesterkin because, like I said, he's probably out in 2 years. Don't give me Adam Fox because a Norris blue line defenseman isn't going to be enough to win you hockey games. Give me something outside of that for there to be positive. For me to be positive about. I'll wait. Because sure as hell is not the GM. Sure as hell not his fucking best friend that's about to be behind the bench. Sure as hell not the guy owning the team. Not Darth Sather. Nothing. And we're in a spot where they might be signing freaking David Riddick as their backup goaltender next year. Like,
just give it to Domingue. If we're really this cap strapped, why are we even considering anybody else? It should not even be a conversation.
I'd be fine with a guy like Quick or I forgot the other guy that was mentioned, but
it would have to be pennies.
For the love of God, just don't sign David Riddick. Please don't.
I'm sure they will. To Louis Domingue, $775 is his cap hit next season, and he had a pretty solid year. In the AHL, a .911 save percentage. Like, just give it a shot.
Bring back Ronza. Bring back Talbot.
Oh, I love Cam. I have a Cam Talbot jersey. Of course I do. But yeah, you got
Haven't
to
watched
give Garon the reins in the minors next year. I guess you got Talon, Boyko, and Olaf Lindbaum to back him up. How exciting!
Boyko. That's my guy. In every
Good old
trade,
Talon.
in every mock trade, that's my guy.
Got to be.
I haven't watched
Mikola, you
really.
let walk.
Yeah, Mikola, you let walk for sure. For Benjamin Harper to play,
Yep, got
my
it. Dude,
favorite.
give me Zach Jones or Matthew Robertson next season. Just let one of them
No,
play.
no, no. Bring Jared Tenori back.
Facts.
I haven't really watched any hockey for the last month. I'll try my best for the finals. I have zero appetite for hockey. Zero. I'm not even gonna watch the finals. Could
Uh,
not care
yeah,
enough.
I'll follow it on Twitter, and that's about it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I simply just don't have the appetite for it. The Rangers have just
kind of shit on everything.
yeah. Like I'm not like I was so excited for us to do like free agent streams, draft streams, all that. But like I'm not even that excited for it anymore. I'm really not. Maybe I'll change my feelings in a few weeks or so when we
Hmm.
get closer to it, but like even then it's just the cloud's going to hang over that my favorite hockey team's coach might be John Hynes. Most likely will be John Hynes.
John fucking Hynes. How exciting! This is just great.
Uh,
What else can we talk about Rangers wise? There's got to be something exciting about this offseason, right? We have a first round pick. Let's go look at some mock drafts. Let's see who's out there. Have any mock drafts even dropped yet?
uh probably.
Let's see. Yeah, well let's look at the one that NHL posted.
I don't even know like I only know like the top 3.
So the big names to look out for after Bedard, like the top three after Bedard is Carlson, Fantilli, and Mitchkov. After that, it's a pretty sizable drop off. Um, Zach Benson. I don't really care. We're not picking in the top 10, so I'm not even looking at these guys.
If anything we're going to trade down.
It would not surprise me. They might be looking at quantity over quality. I wouldn't mind if the Rangers traded up. I just don't know how the hell they do it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I do not want to see Corey Proman's draft rankings. I don't give a rat's ass what he has to say. Jerk off Pronman had fucking Vitaly Krasov as the top prospect in the NHL at one point. Dumbass. And right behind him was Grigory Denisenko. Like, who are you fooling? All right. When I type in Connor Bedard, I promise you I'm not talking about Bedard. Like, when you type in Bedard on Elite Prospect, like, why wouldn't you put like trending players first?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
All right, so Connor Bedard. So I'll have to just go do this on Elite Prospects. So I Googled it, nothing came up that was worth clicking on. All right, so let's do. Let's do TSM Bob McKenzie. Let's see what Bob McKenzie has to say.
Bobby
Bobby Margarita.
Margaritas.
Let's see what he's saying.
Where's
So the
our
Rangers pick what,
pick?
21st? I think it's 21st, right?
Might be a little later. It's 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. I'll check quickly. It's 23rd.
So right now projected to go 23rd is Gabe Perreault. He's on the US national team. He's 18, 5'11 from Quebec, Canada. 53 goals and 132 points for the national development team. In the World Junior 18s, he played 7 games and had 18 points. I can get behind that.
Someone in the chat saying he's ass. And said we
Really?
should be looking out for Cristal.
Cristal. I'll look at Cristal, but this Gabe Perreault guy, I mean, 132 points in 63 games, and then 18 points in 7 games for Team USA at the World Junior Championships is pretty impressive. Oh, unless that Will Smith kid was carrying him. Okay, hold on. I think I'm starting to see something here. Were they on the U.S. national team together? No, they weren't. If anything, he carried Will Smith. He had more points than him. All right, so let's talk. You said Cristal was his name?
Yeah. He's projected 18th on Bob McKenzie's board.
Andrew Cristal. Okay, on the Kelowna Rockets. Let's see. Andrew Cristal. 5'10", $165 from Vancouver, Canada. Oh wow, yeah, he's in the top 10 in a bunch of he's a little all over the place. 95 points, 39 goals in 54 games in the WHL. Wow. 6 points in 7 games for the U18 Canada, wore the A for him. So there you go. He's wearing a letter, so it's already the Rangers are probably already considering him.
Foaming at the mouth, yeah.
Right. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, but what's his height?
5'10".
All right, scratch that. Nope. Nope.
He's not 6'4" and named Hugh Jessamine. Get him out of my face.
Doesn't throw the body. Get the fuck out of here.
Smell ya. Let's see who else is out there.
Let's see how tall Gabe Perreault is. 5'11".
He's 5'11", yeah. I mean, there's definitely a big fall off after pick 4 after Michkov.
Yeah.
You could argue there's a pretty big fall off after freaking Bedard too.
I mean, I like Fantilli.
65 points in 36 games is crazy. How about University of Michigan just consistently having top 3 picks in every draft now?
Seriously.
Beniers, Powers, Fantilli, all those other guys.
Was a goalie projected to go in the first round? Towards the end, but still.
Michael Hrabal. Watch the Rangers will draft him, I'm sure. Every year we draft one.
We draft a fucking goalie in the first round, I swear.
I'd be so pissed.
Oh,
I would guarantee
throw
that
things.
he's leaving. Connor Brown, Cole Brown. I saw something earlier that the Sharks were looking to trade the 4th overall pick if the player that they got back was right. Or players they got back was right. But last thing we needed is the Rangers to trade into the top 4 and ruin another good prospect.
That's what they do best.
They are good at it. Give them credit for one thing. They are very good at it. Imagine the Rangers trade up and get Michkov. That would be sick.
Nah. It'll be ruined too.
Facts. I don't even know how you'd go about trading up. I don't even know what the Rangers have that'd be worth trading up.
Someone said, how about Callum Ritchie? Center with size and skill.
Callum Ritchie. Where's he projected to go?
I don't see him on Bob's board. Unless I just glanced past him. He's ranked 13th.
Overall.
Yeah, I don't think the Rangers are going to get that luck. Although he is all over the place on boards. Some have him falling that far down. He could fall.
I'm definitely... you know what, dude? I'll tell you, that Cristal guy has me interested. 95 points, 39 goals in 54 games is pretty impressive. And you know what? The Rangers kind of like. I would love the Rangers to get a game changer like that, like a guy who's just like strictly just an offensive sicko, but like one with speed, not one that's like slow as molasses and like tries to slow the game down, but one that drives the play.
Yeah, that's something that they could use. This Callum Ritchie guy, I mean, he's all right. Not my favorite option, but like I wouldn't be mad about that pick.
Mhm.
I just don't feel they need a guy like that
This guy's
unless
got
he
me
moves
hooked
to
on
the wing.
Crystal. That right, because we don't. Yeah, dude, this guy's got me hooked on fucking Crystal. Crystal meth. Fucking
Yeah,
shut up for him.
I'm definitely interested by him too.
He's got
This is the guy
highlights.
I'm gonna root for the fall on draft
If I
night.
screen if I screen share a YouTube video, is this gonna hurt the stream?
Yeah, we'll probably get copyrighted.
Mm. I
Yeah,
don't
shout
know.
out to you, Freak, for introducing us.
Crystal.
I'm just worried with his size that they're gonna pass up on a guy like that, even though they shouldn't.
Ooh, I don't care about 92% of students. I'm trying to watch Crystal highlights. Thank you very much. I'm watching his highlights now. Okay, I don't know.
He's a brother too. What's his brother doing?
Ooh, he's a shifty little fucker. Oh wow. All right, so definitely on the hands team. Ooh, hold on. Stop the freaking bus.
I gotta watch some of this film too.
All right, so he's 100% on the hands team. I could tell you that right now. Looks pretty quick, more agile, excuse me, more agile than quick. Like he's more shifty, like he's more like side to side speed while he's moving forward, like can shift pretty quick. Ooh. But I want to see his straightaway speed. I want to see if he can burn guys.
Yeah, I'd like that too.
That's more what I'm looking for.
I can't imagine this guy falling though.
No. Oh wow, he's got really good hands.
We'd be lucky for him to fall.
Mhm. I will say this, just watching him play right now, it's definitely more side to side speed, like good crossovers. Wow, he's got really good hands. Not afraid to go to the net either for a little guy.
I get your point, Jay Lewis, but by the time Cristal is ready, he's probably going to be 2, 3 years from being in the
Yeah.
NHL. By the time he's ready, Kreider's probably going to be gone by
Hmm.
then. And then who even knows what's going to happen with Lafreniere? That's a problem you worry about another time. You got to draft a guy like this if the opportunity comes, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
He's definitely not bad at all. I wish I could see a little bit more straightaway speed, but his in tight hands and his side to side is really really good. I just maybe I'm being too picky, but I really want the Rangers to get a guy that drives offense forward. God, his crossovers are so clean. He's got a really really good shot too. God, that fucking toe drag. Ew.
I found a small clip of his straightaway skating. It's okay. It's nothing to like.
Nothing that's gonna burn you.
Yeah.
Good vision. Wow, that was a nice pass. Oh,
I
here a
feel like
guy.
this is one of those guys like a Caulfield who would go higher in the draft if it wasn't for his size.
Right. Yeah, definitely does not have breakaway speed by the look of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that between the leg shot was nasty. You know, the more I watch, I like what he can do. I worry a little bit about his foot speed. Well, that was a nice little move, and his fucking agility is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is definitely a very modern skater with his side to side, his crossovers, the way he's protecting the puck with his feet pointed outwards as he's pivoting. What a good skater! I wish he had some more of that speed. But man, that kid looked good.
Yeah, I like that as a option if he falls. I'm definitely rooting for him to fall on draft night.
Hmm.
Shout out to you, Freak, for the shout with that.
Reminds me
Uh,
of Yamamoto. That's actually a pretty solid comparison. He's definitely bigger than Yamamoto, but more of that side to side shiftiness, not straightaway speed. Good hands, really good hands. To me, that definitely stood out the most was his hands.
yeah, his hands were nice.
I worry about the straightaway speed because a lot of today's NHL is that straightaway speed that scouts look for. And I don't know how much of it I saw, but man, that side to side motion, those toe drags were just nuts. I'm looking up these Gabe Perreault highlights just because I'm curious.
While you're doing that, John Hynes has his club running a 1-2-2 check, a low zone collapse, umbrella power play, and a hybrid penalty kill. These are standard systems across the board and are not very aggressive. Sit and force turnovers in the neutral zone on the forecheck, then collapse to block shots and defend the high-priced real estate in the defensive zone.
Nice.
Yep,
Bread and butter. Cool. How exciting. How innovative.
sounds great to me. So, Freak said Perot is more like Laugh, slow skating, but good playmaking. Rather not go through that again.
I'm not gonna lie, I was about to say too, I'm noticing a lot of he does not his passing is fucking ridiculous though. Jesus Christ. I don't know where he's finding these seams to make these passes. It's kind of incredible. But his speed and what a pass. Definitely has great vision. His hands are okay. I say okay, but I mean that's in today's NHL's version of okay because I mean everyone's hands are just ridiculous. The speed definitely is not nothing to brag about, but his vision and IQ is kind of crazy.
We need to sit down and go through film of some of these players one night.
Mm-hmm. Wow, he's got a cannon of a wrist shot. Holy shit. Dude, that puck went bar down so hard, the fucking net moved. Oh, those are nice hands. But yeah, no speed. I don't want to say no speed. Hold on, that's messed up to say. Not no speed, but there are faster options. He's got really good vision, but I think I like Cristal better just because he presents more I don't want to say game breaking, but game breaking. Like the fact that he can make an exciting move and make a play out of it, where Perot is more like he's gonna snap a pass that surprised you or take a shot that just fucking rings by a goalie. That was a beautiful pass. And who is that other one they wanted us to look at earlier? Callum Ritchie.
Yeah, Callum Ritchie.
Let's see. How big was he?
6'2".
Okay. I don't know why subtitles are in Russian. Yeah, he's a big boy. He looks big. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. He's kind of got a shot. A little bit of Rick Nash flair right there. Hold on. I see a little bit of Rick Nash here. Definitely a shooter, right-handed shot. I want to see some of the speed. Dude, he's kind of got speed for a big man.
Yeah, he doesn't look slow.
He moves really well. Side to side, straight away, blows by the defender. I can get behind someone like this.
Freak's given a couple more names. That guy, Quinn Musty, looks like At least on Bob McKenzie's board, he's expected to go later than 23, so he might fall.
Say Quentin Musty.
Yeah. We'll probably have to do this another time, though, because I got to wrap it up and go.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely do a deep dive another time, sometime before the draft. But we're going to wrap the show up here, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on your notifications so you know when we upload or go live next. And hopefully a decision at least is made soon, even though I'm not going to like it. And
hopefully it's not a decision.
Hopefully not. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one.